time to focus. Hit the do not disturb button.
Yo, what's up people? This is Stevie from Excellent Programmers and I'm gonna be your first instructor in this HTML5 crash course for absolute beginners 2021. We're gonna go from zero to hero. Let's go!
Hello guys, so this is Daniel from EPC. I will be with you in our HTML crash course, and I'm going to cover the following chapters: 1. Lists, 2. Tables to see how we can create a table in our document, 3. Forms to see how we can collect information from different users, and lastly, extra markup, where we'll see how can we group elements together using the div or the span elements to group elements in an inline format. So see you in the tutorial.
Let's set up the development environment, and technologies used are Google Chrome, Visual Studio Code, text editor. If you don't have them in your machine, you can go ahead and pause the video and download them on Google. Out of the way, let's get started. So on your desktop, create a new directory or folder and give it a name. Mine I've called it HTML for beginners, like this. And after making your folder, just drag and drop it into Visual Studio Code text editor, like this. So and then I want you to download this extension called Lifesaver. So get this extension called Lifesaver, right? After getting the extension Lifesaver, I want you to go back here and say create a new file and give it a name. New file lesson.html and hit enter. Make sure the .html is there so that your file can be recognized as an HTML document. Then open that file, and I want you to type doc, and then the emit abbreviation is going to pop up, and this emit abbreviation, it is going to help you. It makes your life super easy, right? Just click on it and you are going to get this basic structure of an HTML document. And the first thing that you are going to see is HTML language English. So this is the opening tag of your HTML document. So no tag should go after this one, right? Are we all together? So this just specify that your document is what is HTML. It wraps all your work inside HTML. Yeah, that's it for now. And then we have the head. Under the head tag, this is the opening tag, this is the closing tag, and inside this tag called head, you'll find what we call the metadata, which is page information. All the information of your page which must not be seen by the user, it is shown under this head tag, right? Hope we are still together. And this title will be the title of your document. We are going to cover that in a few minutes. And we have the body. All your page contents are found under the body tag, right? So let's get started. I want you to just hit Ctrl B to close that tab, right? So with that out of the way, let's keep going. So the first thing that we are going to do is learning how to comment. How do we comment in HTML? We comment by saying control question mark like this. So this is how we comment. So the first thing that we are going to look at are elements. Elements in HTML are made up of tags. So elements are made up of tags. Elements in HTML are made up of tags. So we have what we call the opening tag. I want you to understand everything. The opening tags. How do we write opening tags in HTML? We say like this. This is how we write this. So this will be an opening tag, right? Hope we are still together. And then let's comment again for the closing tags, right? So this is how you write closing tags, like this. So this will be your closing tag. So elements in HTML are made up of two things: of the opening tag and the closing tags, and also the content. So e.g. the title element. So let's look at the title element. You see this title element, it has three things. It is the opening tag, the content, and then the closing tag. So let's change the title of our site like this. Let's call it Excellent Programmers. Excellent Programmers, like this, right? So we are all, so hit Control B to show back the tab, and then right click and say open with Lifesaver. Lifesaver allows us to see all the changes we are going to make to our site in real time. Look at the title, it has changed already. This title is called Excellent Programmers, as it is right here. Yeah, that's it. Let's remove everything here, and we are going to look at heading. How do we give headings? So look at this, Wikimedia Commons. This is a heading. So how do we do that? So let's say we want to create a heading on our site. How do we do that? So heading, if you hit H like this. So headings in HTML are from H1 to H6, right? So let's start with H1, heading 1, and then this heading 2, and let's also have heading 3, heading 3, heading 4, and let's have heading 5, heading 5, and finally let's have heading 6, heading 6, like this. So you see how Lifesaver is making our lives super easy. It is auto reloading. Yeah, so this one here is this heading 1, and this one here is heading 2, and then this one heading 3. As you can see, this is the opening tag, this is the content, and this is the closing tag, and this is header 3. And then we have header 4, which is right here. We have header 5, which is right here, and also you have heading 6, which is right here. So this is how we make headings in HTML. So the next thing that we are going to cover is paragraphs. So how do we make paragraphs? Let's visit our Wikimedia site. Yeah, let's say we want to make a paragraph like this one. So how do we do it? How do we do that? Let's just copy it. How do we make such paragraph? So we use a p tag. p tag for making paragraphs. So let's just make that kind of a paragraph. So let's just use the header. Let's say paragraph 1. So this is our paragraph 1, right? So let's save another header, heading 1, and then we're going to say paragraph 2, and then let's save the p tag, and we paste again. You see, this is our paragraph 2 and this is our paragraph 1. So let's do this. Let's make it h2, right? Then we say paragraph for paragraph 2, and then this one we're going to make it h1. Then we say paragraph, then paragraph 1, like this. So this is our paragraph 1, and then this is our paragraph 2, right? I hope we're still together, and I hope you're still pumped up. I hope you're still excited for this lesson. Let's keep going, keep your energy high. We can do this. Yeah, we can do this. This is so amazing. So this is how you make paragraphs in HTML, right? So now what we want to do is to text formatting. Let's just deal with the text formatting. So text formatting, let's say you want to bold text. So let's say you want to bold text. How do you do that? So to bold text, you use the strong tag. You're going to make use of the strong tag, like this. So let's the strong tag. So this is it. We make use of the strong tag. We have this strong tag here, and make sure that we pull it downwards a bit so that we can properly see what's happening in our. I hope you can see now. With this strong here, the opening tag, and our strong, the closing tag right here on our bolding paragraph. So let's say control again to comment. We want to italize text, So we are just going to comment again. We're not commenting, but we're going to say right. So let's say h1 again, italicized paragraph, like this, and then let's have a p tag. Let's have an I tag first. So we put in I tag to italize text. We use the I tag, and then let's have our p tag again, and let's paste our paragraph like this. Let's bring it a little bit downwards. Yeah, and let's check here like this. So you see this paragraph is in italics form, and then this paragraph is bolded. We've used the strong tag to bold text. we use the strong tag, and to italize text, we make use of the I tag. Yeah, so that's how we do it. So let's say we want to highlight something. Let's say we want to highlight something. How do we highlight? Highlighting. How do we highlight text? So highlighting text, we use what we call the mark tag. Let's say, so we use what we call, let's just say H1. We make use of the mark tag to highlight text. So we just say mark here. We use the mark tag. Let's use the mark tag, and then we close it. Yes, yes. So we're going to see this yes is highlighted. So that's how we do it. So let's say you want to underline. You want to underline text. How do you underline text? Underline text. You use the HR. We're going to make use of the HR tag. Let's use it here. The horizontal row. So you see this line. This line is the horizontal row. Let's say we want to add some spacing to paragraph 1 and paragraph 2. How do we do that? To add spacing, we are going to come somewhere here, and then let's comment spacing, and we are going to make use of the BR tag. You see there's some spacing here. Let's remove it and see what we are talking about. You see there's no more spacing is there. So this is how we deal with spacing. So now let's deal with images. So we want to see how we can add images. As you can see on Wikipedia, we have this image. Look at this image. How do we put this image? So we also want to add an image to our site. So how do we do that? It's pretty easy, right? So let's just copy this. So we are going to use we use what we call the IMG tag. The IMG tag. So on source, that's where you put the image address. So we are going to get our image from an external source. So just say copy image address, and let's see what is going to happen to our site. Like this, just copy the image address, paste it here, like this. It's wonderful, right? Also, so let's see. You see, we have an image on our site now. That's super. So as you can see, we have this the source attribute. This will be the address of your image. It can be external or local. You can actually get the address from images which are local. For example, you can come here and say and click on the image, and then you can come here and say copy path. So if you copy the path of this image, so this is how you do it to get local images, right? So the old image, in case your image is not displayed, what do you want to see? What do you want the user to see? So this is a house. Let's just say a seat. In case our image is not displayed, so how do we control the image size? This image is too big. We use the width. Let's give it 300. You see it is reduced. And you can also control the height of your image by using the height. attribute, and you can put a value here, and we're not going to do that, but you can do that. Mess with the code, play with the code, experiment with it. Don't be afraid of code, So the next thing that we're going to do is looking at embedding videos. Embedding videos. How do you embed videos? So what we are going to do is pretty simple. We just want going to visit YouTube, and we're going to do a simple trick there. Let's just wait for the network to load. I hope you are still excited. This is pretty awesome. Let's visit the Sunny. Let's just mute it. Just want to mute it. Yeah. After that, I want you to go here where it is said share, and I want you to go on embed code, and after that I want you to copy this, Control C, copying, and then close it. We are done, and then I want you to paste it right here. Don't worry about a lot of things now. So let's just say H1 here, then let's also say mark. We just say mark. We want to mark that heading, like this. How do we do it? Why I failed today? Why I failed to do that mark thing? We can do it. I am a seat like this, so you can see it's a seat now. So we also want to do. We also want to add H1. I am a video. So as you can see, our site is looking super amazing. This is wonderful. So let's explain the attributes here. We have the iframe. So you use the iframe tag to put a video or to embed a video on your site. The source, this will be the address of your video, where you are getting your video from. And then we have the width. This is how you control the size of your video on the screen. As you can see, it will reduce here. It's now a bit smaller and reasonable size. And the height, as you see, this is 315 pixels. This is wonderful, right? Allow full screen. This is another attribute. And you have another attribute, frame border 0, allow accelerometer. These are all attributes that you can use to play around with your video. Right, I hope you are still pumped up. Now let's look at links. We want to cover links. So the first thing that we are going to do is H1 again, to link to another site, like this, right? So let's say we want to have a link that will take you on our website. We want to have a link that is going to make you see this camera, right? So let's see what you can do. So to make links, you simply use the a tag, and the href attribute means your final destination, where you are being taken to, where you are going, right? Your destination address. So we want to see copy link address. So let's paste it here like this. So, and here we are going to say click me to see your camera. You just want to see your camera, so click me to see your camera. So the link is going to be there at the bottom. So when you click this link, you are going to see your camera like this. Watch what is going to happen. Watch what is gonna happen. This is amazing. There is your camera. Beautiful camera popping up. So let's go back to our site, right? So now let's say we want to link to our to a certain page, to another page on the same site, huh? So how do we do that? On the same site, so what we are going to do right now is to go back here and create a new file. Let's just call it lesson2.html. Make sure the .html is there, and then after that just say doc, and then don't worry about it, just say Ctrl B to close that tab, and then on the title let's just type let's go like this, right? So in your board, under your board, I want you to have the h1 tag. I am page 2, right? So let's go back to h1. So we want to link to the site, so let's have another a tag. This is the a tag href. Let's say lesson2.html like this, and then go to site, go to page 2. Yeah, so when you come at the bottom here, we also need to put in h1 page 2 is below. We're just creating a simple basic site, as this tutorial is project. So when you click this link, it will take you to page 2. Let's do it. See, I am page 2. So that's how you do it basically. So when we are on page 2, hit Ctrl B again, page 2. Let's make a link again, h2, click here to go to home page, right? Like this. Click here to go to home page. So let's have a tag again. So html, let's say 1.html. So go back to home, like this. Yeah, so if you want go back to your home, this is how you do it, like this. Wonderful, huh? Wonderful stuff. So let's say you want to you are on lesson 1 and you are at the bottom here and you want to be taken to heading 1. So let's go to heading 1. Let's just give it an ID. So ID equals to, let's just say 1, like this. So and then let's comment again. Links on the same page. So you make use of enters. So let's just save our a tag again. Let's save our a tag. So on href, now we say hash 1, like this. C header 1. So at the bottom of our page here, shall see. So let's say h1 go to heading 1 below, like this, right? I hope you are still super pumped. So when you visit your site, see heading 1, so you are taken to heading 1. So this is how you do it. Yo, continue with engineer done.
HTML provides us with 3 different types of lists, which are an ordered list, and an unordered list, and a definition list. So let's quickly look on how we can implement all of them. So basically, let's start with an unordered list, which is given by the bullet points. Okay, so let's quickly create our document. I hope we all use our file wherever we save our file. Mine is in demo folder on desktop, and I have this demo.html file. Okay, so let's see how we can implement it. Okay, so I'll give list tutorial as the title. So to implement an unordered list, we use the UL tag, right, which is an ordered list tag, like this. And to list our items, we use the list li tag, sorry, li. Right. So let's say we want to list banana, apple, and mango. So we say banana, and also another list mango, and also what else? Orange. Alright. So let's quickly see. Let's save and quickly see how our page now looks like. Okay. Alright. So this is how our file looks like. Right. So let me quickly go back here. So this is an unordered list. We can change the way we can change our bullet point to different types of the bullets that we want to use. So to do that, there's an attribute called style, which is this one, style, and here we will give a name, list, style type, and you can give as circle, you can give as square. Alright, so let's quickly see how does all of them look like. So let's copy this. Alright, note that the disk is the default one, which is this one, the circle, the shaded circle, right? And
let's give square, and here you can say none, and here you can say circle, right? So let's give a quick heading here. So this is, let's say, I hope you all know what does this mean. H1, let's say square style. Alright, let's copy this and let's give this as no style, and here let's give this as circle style. Alright, so this is it, the three of them. Let's save and quickly see how does it look like. So this is square, this is no style, circle. Alright, so this is how we implement an ordered list. To change this to an ordered list, let's quickly see how we can do that. So we use the ordered list tag like this, and then we list our items. So we have banana, we have, so this is just a numbered list where each item in our list is numbered. Let's quickly see how does it look like. So this is how it looks like. 1, 2, 3. The list can go on up to your wish. Alright, we can also change our number style here by using the type attribute, and these are all different types that we can use. It's either we use the numbers 1, 2, 3, or we can use capital letters A, B, C, or we can use small letters, we can use Roman numerals. And here you simply specify, let's say A, and see how it looks like. Let's say open our file and refresh. So A, B, C. That's how we can change our numbering style. Okay. Alright. So let's move on to what is called a definition list. Now, a definition list, we can implement it by using the DL tag like this for definition list, and we give the term, which is the data term, by DT, and we give, let's say, our name, right, as our data term, and let's use our data as GD, describing what should be here. So we have name as data term. So here you can say your name, right? Let's give another one, right? So let's say your surname here. Here we can simply say your surname. Let's this one. Let's save, and here's a quick look on how it looks like. So this is our DT. This is our DT. Your name is our DD. So this is it on our list. Note that we can also use what we call nested list, where a list can appear inside another list. For example, let's take an unordered list here. Unordered list. Let's give one item, which is, let's say, banana, or let's say fruit. Right. We can also use ordered list here. Alright, in which we are now listing food. So we can use list banana and apple like this. Let's see how it looks like. Okay, so this is how it looks like. All right, so that's it, guys, on list. Let's meet on the next chapter. A table represents information in a grid format. All right, so to implement a table, we use the table tag. To draw a row, we use the table row. To input our data inside our row, we use table data, right? In each cell, or table header for header, right? You can also use the row span attribute to span more than one column or more than one row, right? And also for long tables, you can split the table into table header, table body, and table foot for a clear format, right? So let's now move on into implementing the table. All right, so as we said before, we need the table tag to actually implement our table, right? Right, so this is it. Now we are going to implement our table row with the table row tr tag. All right, so let's say this is our heading, right? Where we are implementing a row of the titles. So let's say we have three titles. We use the th tag, and let's say this is name. Let's say this is let's say name, and lastly let's say class, right? This is our first row. Now let's go to the second row. Now we are using table data td to actually put values in our cells. All right, so td, and note that these cells should match with our table headings. So this first tag here, we actually input the name. So you can say Joe for the name, and Joe, let's say Joe John for the surname, right? And then for the class, let's say let's say for A, right? So this is it. Let's quickly see how it looks like on our web page. So let's refresh this. So this is our table, our simple table. You can add as many rows as you can. Okay. Now, suppose as we said earlier that you can make you can actually do what we call column span. So let's say here we don't know the surname, all right? And so we want this name to span two rows. What we need is it's called a column span, and we put the number of cells that we need to span, which is 2. So let's save this and see how it looks like. So this is it, right? You can do as many things as you can with table, but like changing the background, changing border, changing padding, everything, but all those things can be done in using CSS. So this is just a basic tutorial, right? For long tables, as we have said before, you can use table headings, table body, and table foot. Simply put like this. table head, right? And here you use your table rows, right? You use table row and then table heading. Suppose it's name and then name and then country. Okay. And you can do the same for table board, right? And you can add your data, and you can do the same for table foot, right? And input your data, alright, and you can as well refresh and see how it looks like. So that's it for tables, guys. See you in the next tutorial. Alright guys, so let's learn about forms. Basically, a form is used to collect information from visitors, and we will learn different kinds of form controls and also new HTML5 form controls. Alright, so let's look on what a form is. So forms are usually used to collect information from visitors, right? So the form controls that we are going to learn are text input, password input, text areas, and some HTML form controls, which are date input, email input, URL input, search input. I think we are all aware of the Google search input. For example, if you open your Chrome here, they have used these search input, right? So let's see which is this one. Alright, I think you can all see clearly what we mean. Okay, so let's see how we can implement those things. Also, some other for making choices, which are radio buttons, checkbox, group boxes, and how we can group those form elements together using field set, legends, what. Alright, so let's go and look how we can actually implement a form. So to do that, we use the form tag. Alright. Right. So for the purpose of learning, we'll ignore the action and the method, but basically the action is where the information that you collect from the user is submitted, e.g. To another page, which might be www.mywebsite.com, to the page maybe customers.php, right? Something like this. So you can include for now, or you can leave it because we are simply learning. And the method, we can use the get or post, most preferably the post method, right? So you can include this, or you can just ignore it, right? So I'll just leave it like that. So now let's look on how we implement those controls. Let's start with text input. So let me create a paragraph tag here, and let's say username, right? And now let's create our control by specifying the type to text and give it a name equal to username, and let's close this. Note that here we don't have the opening and the closing. We simply have this one. right? So let's quickly look on how it looks like. Right, let's open our file here. Okay, so this is our text input. Here you can type whatever you want, whatever. Note that we have put this tag inside a paragraph tag, like labeling our control. So let's move on and see how we can implement different types of inputs. Here we can have a password. Right, let's just change the type here to password. Right. Also, let's give for our new HTML5 controls, which are date, email, URL. So you can always change this. Alright, let me quickly do this. Okay, so this is what we have our form controls. Let's save this and see how does it look like. Alright, so we have our username, we have our password. Note that this password is invisible, right? It uses this system password character, right? And we have our date input. You can choose the date here and set it. Use our email. You can select your email. URL. You can actually see it selecting only the URL. Here you can search whatever you want, whatever here. Alright, so that's it. Now to group these, we simply need to use the field set, okay, with the legend, or let's call use detail, right? And now let's copy this and paste it. Right, let's save and see how it looks like. Right, so this is our field set here. We've grouped our form control. Let's now implement text area where you can type a message, multi-line message, right? So to do that, we use the text area tag, right? You can specify the number of columns, and also you can give it a name. Let's say message, and you can also specify the number of columns to be equals to 20, and the rows, let's say 5. You can now write in your message here, and your message here, right? Okay, let's see how it looks like. Yeah, so this is our text area. Alright, so let's delete all this stuff. Right, let's now see how can we make choices by making use of radio buttons, checkbox, and drop down. So to implement a radio button, we simply specify the type to radio and give it a name, let's say gender, right? And also a value, let's say male, and let's use a text here which is male, right? Let's use another one for female. Note that the name here should be the same, which is gender, but the value is the one that differs. Let's label this female, right? So that's it. Alright, let's see how it looks like. So this is our radio button. You can select either male or female. To To do multiple select, you need to change this to checkbox. Right. Well, let's change the name here to fruit. Let's give it a value, which is mango, and a label, mango. Alright, so let me quickly do this. Alright, so here we have 4 checkboxes where you can select the fruit that you like, maybe. So you can change here this legend to favorite fruit, and this is what we have. You can select all of them, you can select 2, you can select 3 or none. Alright, let's now move on to a drop down list. Okay, so to implement that, the select tag with the name, let's say fruit, and give option, and also the value mango. Alright, so let me quickly do this. Here we select, we give the label mango. Right, so let's have up. Alright, so let's save our 3 fruits and see how it looks like. Alright, so here you can select the banana by using this drop down list. Alright, so let's now move on to how we can actually submit our form using the submit button or image submit buttons, or how can we upload a file. Alright, so let's delete all these. Right, so to do that, we use our input, and the give our type is submit, and we also give it a name if we want, which is submit, and the value, which is the text that is going to be written on the button. Let's say submit. Right. So this is what it looks like. So if we click here, your file will be sent to the address that you give on action attribute. Alright, so let's also see how we can upload a file. So to do that, use the input type as file, and use it a name as well. Let's say use a song, right? And let's break here. Right, let's save our file. Alright, so here no file chosen. If you click this button, will be directed to look for the song that you want to upload, right? And if you open, the song will be uploaded here, and then you click submit, and your file will be sent. For a submit button, for a image button, it's also simple. Let's copy this and paste it over here, and here we change this to image, and we give it the source attribute. So the source is your, you know this from the source tag, right? So you can actually give your source here where your image is stored in your local computer, and make sure you tell it correctly with the correct format, and also specify the width For the image and the height for the image, we can say 100, right? You can do whatever you want. So this will be your submit button. But actually, I don't have the image like the source that I have returned them. So there's no image. But if you give the correct, here you can see it's doing the same job as a submit button. But this one will be having this image. Also note that you can also use labels as well to label your form control using the label tag, just like what we did when we were using the paragraph tag. So it's actually the same, and then we specify your control here. So this is what we have. It's actually the same. Alright, so let's say a challenge, a project. Alright, so this is what I want you to create. If you can come up with this on your own, that's awesome. This project is a very good one. Okay, so that I've done a favor for you. You can improve my code, but it's just a basic code. Let's see how it looks like. Okay, so here is where the coding starts from the form. Everything is there. Feedback I have included everything you can see on your own. Right? You can pause and try to use that code either way. We have to get it done. So thank you guys. See you in the next tutorial. Alright guys, so let's look on extra markup. Doctype tells browsers which version of HTML you are using. Alright. You can use either HTML5, HTML4, HTML3, all those things. So that you can add comments to your code between these two tags. Like here, the end will be the comment. It won't be compiled by the compiler. Right? The ID and the class attributes allow you to identify particular elements. Usually the ID is used to uniquely identify one element, let's say maybe a paragraph element or a heading element or an image, right? And a class is used to identify multiple elements. For example, you can have the same class name, class attribute for a paragraph tag, and for an image, and for a heading, right? Normally we use the div and the span elements to group block level and inline elements together. Iframes cut windows into your web pages through which other pages can be displayed. So let's say you want to display maybe a map on your window, right? On your web page. So you use those iframes. All right. The meta tag allows you to supply all kinds of information about your page, right? So it might be character set, the viewport, the scale of the window, all those is used along with the meta tag, right? Also, we have escape characters that are used to include special characters in your pages, such as the angle, this open, this less than sign or greater than sign, the copyright sign. These are inbuilt. For example, you can't actually use this angle bracket as it is, because it is reversed as a HTML special character. So to do that, you need to have to include a copyright sign. You use what we call special name, which is something like and copy, right? So if you use this, the copyright sign will appear, which is this one, right? Alright, so that's it for extra markup.
Thanks for watching. I am Stevie from EPC and I was here with Danny. Don't forget to smash the like button. Peace, Africa. Let's go.